Girls who came to the castle hoping to wed the prince, but who, for one reason or another, were found to be unsuitable. In fact, the day I arrived at court, they were in the midst of testing princess number 12. A curious quiz was in progress.
Are you ready for the next question?
Yes, I believe so.
The next question concerns famous rulers. Are you quite ready?
I guess.
Well then, name 3 kings. Is that clear?
Yes. Okay. Can you repeat the question for me?
Certainly. Name 3 kings.
3 kings. Can I take 13 first?
Go ahead.
3 kings
Is
are...
this a trial?
No, it's the royal princess. To find out if she's a real princess. King Arthur, King John.
Does it matter if she's a true princess?
Oh, yes. If she's a true princess, we can all get married. King Ethelred.
That is absolutely correct!
She's smart, Mama. She's the best one yet. Can I marry her now, Mama? Can I?
No, sweetheart, there's still one more question. You have now...
fair. It's the law that isn't fair.
Law?
The marriage law. Throughout this land, no one may wed, as long as the altar's life.
Dauntless.
The prince. Until he gets married, none of us can.
You have now reached the 7th plateau, and here is your final question. It is divided into 4 parts and concerns a famous man often referred to as the Knight of the Red Cross. 1. What was his name? 2. What beast did he slay? 3. How many rows of teeth did the beast have, and what kind? And 4. What was the middle name of the daughter-in-law of the best friend of the blacksmith who forged a sword that killed the beast?
1. St. George. 2. The dragon. 3. 12 rows of teeth, and they were iron. And 4. Could you repeat the question for me?
What was the middle name of the daughter-in-law of the best friend of the blacksmith who forged a sword that killed the beast?
The middle name.
The middle name.
Daughter-in-law?
In-law. You have 30 seconds.
Come on,
Please pass. Please pass. Do you speak, my lady?
No,
20 seconds.
I wish her success. She's a pretty little thing.
10 seconds.
come
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. It looks like your time is up.
Too bad, my dear, too bad. You do show a certain aptitude, but as for the true brilliance of royalty, I'm afraid not. Remember, blood will tell, and yours didn't tell us quite enough. And to show that there are no hard feelings, I prepared an extra special consolation prize for you. Now, goodbye, good luck, and get out. Sweetheart, Dauntless, stop pouting. It's nearly time for your cocoa, don't dilly-dally.
on.
Notice that it is a single piece with no cuts, folds, creases, or concealed. What is it?
Excuse me, Cardinal, but I have to take you into the center of the Castle Steward.
This way, please.
I'm on my way to Normandy. I won't be staying long.
For your father's sake, I picked up a good deal from you. Don't address me as Cardamon in court. Just because your father and I are in show business together, don't presume.
Oh, Sir Harry.
Darling, you missed the test.
Sweet Larkin, my new responsibilities as chivalric knight of the Herald keep me busy.
The latest princess was a failure.
No.
Yes.
Bad luck, but don't despair, for we have plenty of time. If the true princess is not found in the next few weeks, I shall go out and find one myself, or else I don't deserve to wear these spurs.
Darling,
Yes?
do you remember the royal joust on Whitsun Day when you won those spurs?
Of
When
course.
you were called Sir Harry the fairest and bravest in all the land, and everyone agreed that you had a brilliant future ahead, and that you might someday become Lord Chamberlain or ever Prime Minister.
Well, I don't know about Prime Minister.
Do you remember the picnic we all had later on the greensward with the lovely Cold Pheasant?
Yes?
And you and I wandered away from the others to climb the hill and watch the sun go down. And the
Yeah.
lark was singing in the trees, and you said that you'd remember that moment forever, because the lark's sound reminded you of my name.
Yes, Larkin, yes.
And then watch the sun go down.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to have a baby. And so you see, a princess rotless must be found, and soon her eyes will go away somewhere. Darling, I'm so worried. This can ruin you, and you'd never be prime minister or anything. Say the word, and I'll go far away, no one will ever find me. Harry, just say the word.
No, you'll stay here. Why should we both suffer all our lives just because you had a moment of weakness?
Harry?
We're none of us perfect. Everything's going to be all right.
Don't really dally about this. It's almost time for your cocoa. And pick up your feet for heaven's sake and stop squinting. I told you not to look at the sun.
Yes, Mama.
That's better.
Sextimus! If I've told you once, I've told you 100,000 times. I will not have you playing these foolish games and running around the halls. It just isn't dignified. We are the rulers of this kingdom, and if we don't set a proper example for the rest of the court, I'd like to know who will. I mean, what is the point of being a ruler if one isn't going to behave as a ruler should?
Mama?
Now what?
Mama, when am I going to get my princess?
Thomas, I don't want to discuss it now. It's time for your cocoa.
But sometimes I get the funniest feeling you don't want me to be married.
Don't want you to get married. Don't want you to get married, Douglas. Don't you trust me?
Of course, Mama.
Well, then how can you say such a thing? I want you to get married. How many times have I said to you, I want you to get married? Only just this morning I was saying to your father, I said, Sextimus! I want that boy to get married. It just isn't normal for a boy that age to stay single, and after all, he is the prince. I said, don't forget that. He's next in line to the throne, and I mean, we may not be the oldest people in the world, but on the other hand, we're not going to live forever, and I know that I feel much better, much easier, much more relaxed in my mind if that boy were married and settled and set. And that is absolutely verbatim exactly what I said to your father this morning. Of course, he didn't say anything he never does. But you know him just as well as I do. I don't need to tell you how impossible he is. But that is my cross of pain, and I don't want you to worry one little bit about the fact that your father and I don't get along and never have. If he makes me miserable and makes me suffer, then I just have to put up with it, and I will not allow it to affect my child's attitude toward him or me. He may be a mean, stupid, selfish man, but he is your father, and I want you to respect him. There is really only one person who cares about you and worries about your health, your happiness, and your future. And that is what I'm talking about right now, your future. And let me make myself absolutely clear. I want you to get married. I just don't want you to marry just anybody. After all, a marriage is a lifetime partnership, and I don't want you making the same mistake I did and winding up miserable the way I did. After all, you are a prince, and you must marry someone who's suitable, someone who's good enough, nice enough, sweet enough, and smart enough for my good, nice, sweet, beautiful baby boy. And of course she has to be a princess. I mean a real princess. That is one thing I absolutely insist upon. She has to be a genuine, bona fide princess, just as I was. And that's what you really want, isn't it? Someone like me? Oh, of course you do. Oh, God. Remember, you must trust me.
Your Majesty, Your Highness.
Hello, Harry.
Don't interrupt.
Well, Sir Harry wishes to speak with you, madam.
Madam, I have the honor to request of perilous labor. I shall go out in search of a true princess, a princess of the royal blood, one who will suit both your majesty and the prince daughters.
No.
Mama.
No. We've already been through all the eligible girls in all the neighboring kingdoms, and there aren't any left. We'll simply have to wait until the little sisters grow up, and that'll take years.
But madam, I plan to head north over the mountains,
Over the mountains,
into the Badlands,
into the Badlands,
and into the marshland where beautiful swamp lily grows.
into the marshland. Are you out of your mind?
No, Mama.
There's nothing there but frogs and tadpoles and things.
Mama.
Do you know what the weather there is like? Do you know how damp and foggy and
Mama.
quiet and humid and oppressive?
Let Sir Harry try, please, for me, Mama, please.
All right.
If you want to smell like a swamp, then go ahead.
All right. Come on. You've missed your cocoa.
Good luck, Harry. Good luck.
Don't worry, little Larkin. I'll find a princess who's not only a true princess, but one who will pass the queen's test.
I believe you, I'm not afraid.
And I shan't be away long.
When we fly as fast as we can, my love, we shall remain with you.
We,
You know, and where this
next to my heart.
you can just put it on your sleeve.
Yeah,
We're going to Sir Harry's perilous journey took 2 weeks, and the Lady Larkin had all but given up hope that he would return with a true princess. Then, one sunny April morning when the crocuses were just beginning to dot the meadows, the lookout in the far round tower spied 2 distant figures approaching at full gallop. The alarm was spread. Sir Harry is back! Sir Harry is back with the new princess. Now, how does this one go in the old tale? On a stormy night, to the castle door came the lass the prince had been waiting for. That, of course, is entirely untrue. It didn't storm that night. In fact, it wasn't even that. And the princess, well, she only looked as if she had come in from a storm. Actually, I swam the boat. But never mind if I just stand right here, there's a nice draft. I'll be dry in no time.
She's all wet.
You swam the boat.
We tried to stop it, but she went away for the drawbridge.
You swam the boat.
She seemed determined to arrive as quickly as possible.
We had to get this rope to pull her out.
You swam the boat.
All right, I was a little anxious. My friend Sir Harry, he's still out there. He told me that you have an opening for a princess. Any princess, and I figured, the early bird! Well, anyway, here I am. Who's the lucky man? Hey, naughty, naughty, it's in you. Hey, naughty, naughty, it's in you. Hey, naughty, naughty, it's in you, or you. No, no, no. Someone's being bashful. That's no way to be. Not with me. Can't you see that I'm just Quite often, a lady is not as hard to please as she seems. Quite often, she'll settle for something less than that of her dreams. I'm going fishing for a lady, going fishing for a man. I'm gonna look in every road, he's gonna look in every road. How much longer must I wait with bated breath and hope? And that is why, though I'm painfully shy, I'm invented a witch, sir. You, sir, not I, sir. And who, sir? Where, sir? And when, sir? I couldn't pretend, sir. So let's get this done and get on with the fun now. I am one man, the lady is one man show. Did you ever say anything else except you swam the moat?
Why did you ask for yourself?
Okay. Do you ever say anything else except you
Do you
swam?
actually expect me to believe that you are a true princess of the royal blood? And am I to actually understand that you have the nerve and the presumption and the goal to ask for my son's hand in marriage?
Mama, may I say something?
No. And do you imagine for one moment that I consider you suitable for any sort of mind? You are laboring under a very unfortunate misapprehension, my dear. My son won't marry any most woman, not while I have breath in my body, and I haven't been feeling well, not well at all. I get these shooting pains all through here. And don't tell me it's the papers. I know what the papers are. I've had the papers.
Are you new here?
Yes.
Watch closely. I take a perfectly plain piece of parchment. Notice that it is a single piece with no cuts, folds, creases, or concealed pockets.
It is not how I'm sorry.
You're the one, I guess.
Sure. I'm Prince Dolphus the Giraffe.
Well, glad to tell you. Okay.
Wait, don't go. I like you. Everybody does.
It's funny because it's not true.
Almost everybody.
Dauntless, I'd like to stay here, but I wouldn't want to come between you and your mother. So I guess I'll just face the facts, cut my losses, and head back to the swamps.
But I really like you.
You do? Why?
You swam the moat.
Dauntless, I know I swam the moat, but that's not the real me. I mean, I'm not actually like that. Actually, I'm shy! He just wrote it! And so is the tree!
Slow the coffee!
Are you alright?
Sure.
You ought to see her swim, Mama. She's wonderful.
Yes, isn't she?
I like her, Mama. She swam the moat.
I'm cold!
Twice.
I don't need any help!
Can I marry her, Mama? Can I please?
Marry her? Of course not. When you marry, you'll marry a real princess. You'll actually marry someone more
announcing the arrival of Her Royal Highness, the Princess Winifred.
You're a little late. She's been here and gone.
Gone?
Yes, she's swimming home. That, Sir Harry, is no princess.
Ah, but she is, Your Majesty.
What's that one? You jest.
On my honor as a knight, I swear she is. I have her papers right here. Winifred, Princess of Oakomkill, guardian of the Midgard Serpent, and warden of the Ragnarok Marsh Lily. The inscription on her family crest reads, Tu ne sere malis et contra alientor ito.
And what does that mean?
Roughly it translates to, if at first you don't succeed,
Never mind.
You see, she is a princess. At least a test for me, please.
Fine! The wizard and I will put on our thinking caps and make him a nice, fair test, and I'll prove to you that this girl cannot possibly be a princess.
Robert by the leg. This is her leg.
We'll test her for...
That is not my leg!
Oh, how crude. We'll test her for sensitivity. She'll have her test and she'll fail, just like all the others. Fair and square.
Fail what?
Every princess suing for my hand in marriage has to take a test to prove she's a real princess.
What kind?
Yeah, it's always highly secret.
Well, we'll worry about that later. Right now, I'd rather get out of these wet clothes.
May I show you part of the castle on the way to your room?
Sure.
You're awfully nice.
You're nicer.
And, you're good looking too.
You're better looking. And nicer too.
You're a best there.
I'm probably sure. Oh, your Majesty, I'm so excited. Where is that? Yes, she is, and she was a sweet princess. Have you seen her? No, well, neither have I, but I'm sure she's as delicate as an orange blossom, and I can be her lady in waiting. Sir Harry arranged it. Isn't he thoughtful? He arranges everything. Well, my father wanted me to follow in his footsteps, but then I landed this gesture job, and then what's wrong? Oh, you're worried. About what? Who? Some lady? Which lady? 2 syllables. First syllable. Bird. Some kind of bird. Auk. Jay. Bluebird. A catbird. Ibis. Eagle. Dog. Lark. A lark. Lady Larkin. And a nut. Which nut? Sir Harry. Dust. Sounds like dust. Must. Must. Must what? You're gonna start again, aren't you? She's in trouble? What kind of trouble? Trouble. How many syllables? She's gonna have a baby? Does anybody else know? Of course Sir Harry knows, but does anyone else know besides Sir Harry? Don't worry, we can keep the secret. The question is, can you? Oh, we know you can't talk. You can't talk, but you manage to communicate. We have only 2 voices among us, and yet there are a voice in disguise. You'll hear a trio and not a duet if you listen with both of your eyes. Kindly, with both of your street and feeling old. Sing hey nonny nonny needle, nickel, crash just a flash of love. Now it's been said of our king that his morals are loose, but the queen is much worse on this line. Well, what's good for the gander is good for the safety and the jester, the king and the minstrel.
As if I didn't have enough trouble trying to protect my only son from every catch-penny princess that comes along. Now I'm surrounded by spies and traitors. Whom can I trust? Me, no one. And I have another one of those princesses to go with, and I'm in no mood to sit for hours in a stuffy chamber and rack my brain over ideas when I'm not feeling well at all. But that's the way Thomas wants it. That's the way it'll be. She'll have her test.
Well, her papers seem to be in order.
I know. The worst part of it is that foolish boy actually seems to like the girl. So we must think of a test that looks fair, seems fair, sounds fair, and isn't fair. What exactly what? Table manners? No, not hard enough. Let's see. Sensitivity, sensitivity, I am just loaded with that. In this one word is the epitome of the aristocrat. Sensitive soul, sensitive stomach, sensitive hands and feet. This is the blessing, also the curse of being the true elite. Common people don't know what exquisite agony is. Suffered by gentle people like me. Just get your hands off me. Think up a tricky test for that wretched boat-swimming princess. May I suggest? Maybe we ought to. Don't take all night. I'm not well. I need my rest. Not that I ever sleep on that lumpy mattress. Oh God, my back. Sensitivity, bane of royalty, that meant a torture rack. Oh, I hate to sound grumpy, but my nerves are so jumpy. I am sure I can feel any lump, even if it were under the mattress and small as a pea. That's the answer! Under the mattress. We'll test her tonight. One tiny pea beneath one big downy mattress. Oh God, you're right. Any genuine princessly feeling, if she does it, she's through. Take the tiniest pea and order one mattress, no baking stew. 1, 5, 10, I think would be plenty. Better still make it 20. Enter play it safe in the event, even that's not enough to ensure that she sleeps. We'll make her a soothing sedative, won't we? You can whip up a drink. Something stunning, oh, but you're devilish. I love the way you think. She's insensitive, so insensitive, she'll fall asleep, no doubt. God, but you're clever, brilliant, and genius. You ought to find out.
Well, it certainly feels good getting something dry. This old dress is just soaked. Oh. Hi. Excuse me, Your Majesty. The king asked me to be your lady.
Why? He's never asked before.
He heard she's going to mow. Is your father anything like your mother? Because if he is, I
No,
really
my father's Simon.
I'd love to meet him.
Papa? This is Princess Winifred. Oh.
The king asked me to say that he hopes to get 100% on the test tomorrow. No. Oh, thanks!
My father never touches his crown to his heart because he really needs it.
Alas, madam, the king is mute, or he would speak for himself. He's still under a curse cast by a witch long ago, before Prince Thomas was born. The curse says, King Sextimus will never talk, unless the master guards the hawk.
unless the mouse devours the hawk. Well, can't you just get a big mouse and a little hawk and let nature?
We tried that before, but the mouse got scared and ran away, and the hawk bit Daddy.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh. Well, just let me get this test under my belt. I'll think of something, don't you worry. You know, it certainly has been a pleasure meeting His Majesty. Earlier, I had the pleasure of meeting Her Majesty. Now that is a nice man. Your Majesty, don't you think you better speak to Prince Dawson about,
About what?
Well, your father feels he's been neglecting his duties, and now that you're old enough to get married, he thinks you ought to have that little talk, man to man.
You mean about the things?
You mean now? Well, your father feels he might want to wait a little while. He's some facts he wants to search it first.
well, I certainly do like almost both your parents, don't
We want you to feel happy here, and we know it's a lot different from what you're used to.
Well, it is a little hard making the adjustment to dry land and everything.
You must feel like a fish out of water.
As a matter of fact, I do. See, where I come from, we don't have any dry land. Well, some of the poorer people do, but the nobility all live right in the swamp with our servants and pets.
Oh, you have pets?
Lots.
Dogs?
Frogs. I come from the land, the froggy, froggy do. Where walking through the meadow in the morning is like walking through gloom. Swamps of hope are brushed with green and gold. At break of day, at break of day, swamps of hope are lovely to behold. From far away. In my soul is the beauty of the Lord. In my memory, the magic of the mud. I know that blood is thicker than water. The swamps of hope are thicker than blood. Where'er I roam, my heart grows faint and cold. My face grows gray. When shadows fall and I hear the call of the swamps of home. I hear them calling me now, calling me back. Calling me Winifred, where do you think you are? Home the swamps, you've gone too far. Mid the marshlands, give up the struggle. Listen to the voice of the swamp. Gluggle, gluggle, gluggle. Where'er I roam, no soft face deep down in my heart, one thought will abide and will ne'er be forgotten. Though I search far and wide, there is no land as the swamps of home. The swamps of
Yep. All right.
Oh, dauntless. It's bad luck to see too much of the bride before the wedding. Come on, out you go. Bye. Don't miss me too much.
May I show you your dress now, Your Highness?
Yes.
But here's the latest thing from on. They do such lovely work, don't you think? Notice the fullness in the back and the nose sleeves cut right down to the wrists. It's really you. It's marvelous on. Don't you think so, Lady H?
It's stunning.
Perhaps Her Highness will have to look in the mirror.
Does Her Highness have a favorite color?
Well, back home we wear a lot of dark brown and earth green. But I guess my own dress there is my favorite color. Huckleberry. Huckleberry! I'll tell you what. Just leave them all. And then the ones that I can't use, I'll send back.
Very good, Your Highness. Lady H?
Thanks. Huckleberry! This is a tricky dress to figure out. But I don't care, yellow's not my color. Green's too much like home anyway. Oh. One. Perfect. Now we can pass a test in this. Yup. Yup. I don't know. What if the queen wants me to sing? Oh, it was a little off key. Whatever. It's still missing something. No. Oh, fake grapes? Are you kidding me? Fake grapes in here. Flowers. Those smell good. Whatever. Making a mess of everything. You've only been here for 10 minutes. Okay. Go back there. Oh, those are really pretty flowers. Okay. Good enough. Oh, come in. Oh, I guess I don't need you anymore, Emily. The reason to put ready for the floor. Oh, you're new here, aren't you? Yes. Well, remember, we're all here to do a job, and your job is just as important as anyone else's. Oh, dear, sweet, lovely Princess Winifred, you will pass the Queen's test, you will. Oh, have mercy, my dear. You can't possibly clean the floor with such a tiny patch. You need a good big wet rag. Oh, here. What is this? Patch that, Huckleberry. Just this whole thing. Oh. Just look at this mess. What might gentle princess think of me? Can you know what it means to me to be lady in waiting to the blessed Winifred? Winifred, oh Winifred, what name is sweeter than that? Look at this table. It's dripping wet. I'll just use the rest of this. Oh. It's okay. I can't bear to see the delicate beauty of my royal mistress in such a messy place. Well, get that, please. Okay, go on. Quicker now. Harry!
Your Highness.
Your what? Harry, you don't have to go through the motions with me. Say, I'm awfully sorry about all that, most swimming. I wouldn't make too bad of a first impression.
Not at all, Your Highness. And if we give one of your wet dresses to one of the ladies in waiting, she'll see this taken care of.
It's already been taken care
I
of.
see you've met my dear Lady Larkin.
I mean, this is the little Larkin girl.
The very same, Your Highness.
Well, Harry, she's beautiful. And a bundle of energy.
Each time I look upon that captivating face, I realize how poor my description must have been.
Sir Harry's not very good at describing people, Your Highness. Well, not know how to describe him, but he sure knows how to pick 'em. Anyway, I've got to get these dresses back to the 4th floor, and I'll clean up my mess as I go. Okay. Bye.
I've never been so humiliated in all my life.
What's the matter?
I thought she was a chambermaid.
What?
A chambermaid.
Larkin, how could you? How could you mistake the princess for a chambermaid?
How could I? How could you mistake that chambermaid for a princess?
Well, don't say such a thing. Just because you made a stupid mistake.
I made a mistake. Don't you dare try to blame this all on me.
Well, I do blame it on you.
She was on her hands and knees here on the floor.
She's a real lady wherever she was. That's more than I can say to some people around here.
I hate you.
I hate you too.
Get out.
Bye, I'm going.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
After all, you are a wizard. You should be able to think of something. Get what's her name to sleep. And don't forget some of that sleeping drops and some of that good heavy incense. Wait. And that hypnotic mirror too. The most important thing is that she's tired out first. We'll have an official ball tonight. We'll make what's her name dance until she drops. Now, exactly what can we do? Do you know the Saracen brawl? No. Okay. Well, no. Not hard enough. I have it! We can do that new dance, the Spanish panic. It's absolutely exhausting. Do you know it? No. Well, it's all the rage in Venice. All right, everyone listen up. We're to have an official ball tonight. And everyone is to attend. Now, we're going to do the Spanish panic, so you might as well learn it right now. The basic steps are flip your skirts, open, close, right. It's like the magic step, only forward. Just so easy. Now, try it. Flip your skirts, open, close, right, wrong. Doesn't anyone here know the Spanish panic?
We do, Your Majesty.
All right. Well, thank heaven somebody's up to date around here. Everyone watch while quartets of Sir Harold and Lady Beatrice demonstrate. Thank you, Sir Harold and Lady Beatrice. Now, was that hard? Suppose we all try it. Take partners, please. Rap at it. X. Isn't this fun? This is singular
Not again.
Oh, what's wrong? Oh, you lost her? I'll help you. Has he ever had any luck?
Well,
I've been here a month and he hasn't eaten one yet. I'll tell you what, tomorrow we'll set a trap. You exaggerate. Not a bit. Someone's coming? Who is it? The Queen!
And I want this to be the biggest, loudest ball we've ever had. And be sure to hire extra musicians for tonight's dancing. And talk to the jester I want him to perform. Not that I'll be able to enjoy any of it. It's my back! Or that strange nagging pain in my jaw. Oh my God! Nobody will ever know, but I suffer!
Who is she jabbering about? The Queen's gonna make us do something? What? Exercise? Who is it? I don't know. My lady, is there something wrong?
No.
We're glad of that anyway.
I was sitting in my room, sewing, and it got a bit stuffy, and I felt a little bit faint, and decided to come out for some fresh air, that's all.
Looks like you're planning to camp out for a while.
Oh, Your Majesty, you don't know. You just don't know. Do you have any idea what can happen with the relationship between a man and a woman? Well, I'm glad I found out what I did. It's better this way. I'm leaving.
You're leaving.
Yes, I'm leaving the service of the Queen forever.
That's a pretty big step to take all alone.
I have no choice.
You're leaving forever.
Yes, you'll need help. Who would help me?
I, my lady.
What did you say? You want to take care of Lady Larkin? Who's gonna take care of you?
Chivalry demands that we protect a damsel in distress.
If you say so, Your Majesty.
But she'll have to travel light, the way a man does.
Yes, she'll go as a boy. We can steal one of Prince Dominic's suits. You can wait here while I get these things out of the way for you.
No, you really don't need to. No, please. No. No! Look, I don't need help from anyone, thank you, okay? I can go alone.
Over the wall?
Yes, I don't need help from anyone.
Oh, you'll be fine. Once you get past the water rats.
Rats?
Oh, yes. You live over the edge of the stagnant pool near the quicksand.
Quicksand?
Down the wall, she must climb. It's 22 feet and covered in slime. That's with spiders. Spiders are sweet compared to the snakes on the other
Well,
side.
they won't hurt you. Unless, of course, you can go along.
Well, I mean, I did if I had known it was so terrible up there.
Then you'd think a second thought can come with me. I know all the secret ways to set you free. Over the hills and the open sea.
Been there.
Well, it's April, isn't it?
April.
Yeah, April. And you know what's great in April? Normandy is bright and fair, so Normandy is where we'll go. I can show you a beach where the peach blossom grows, and I know how to reach a man who knows a man who knows a cozy wind grows a windows facing the sea. This time of year, the air I hear is rare and clear and warm in Normandy. I know a meadow covered with mustard flowers, golden as the sun, where a wondrous thing can happen when an April day is done. There's a moment after the sunset, where the sky is suddenly green, then the world stands hushed and waiting for the first white stars to gleam. When you see that emerald sky, you'll know the reason why there's not another place I'd rather be.
Keep your Eldorado.
And to hell with Burgundy, come fly.
Come try those wings.
Come swift, for we have things to do.
It's that you lay a beach where the peach blossom grows. I'll make sure you can reach a man who knows a man who knows a
Just
cozy
as he then,
Let's not let this end.
with rows of windows facing the sea. This time of year, the air I hear is rare and clear, and don't be afraid. Heaven was made in Normandy.
Oh no.
He's with that French girl. I hear she only speaks one word of English, but she's a charmer.
What's the one word?
Yes.
How's it going, merry old boy?
Trade end.
We're having a party on West America after the ball. Don't forget to bring the wine. And spread on the ground.
Why don't you guys make those sheep like to bring anything?
Filet roux.
Yes.
Get in positions, please. Are you weary, dearie?
No, let's do it again! Okay, maybe not. Hey, maybe you could give me a clue.
A clue?
Well, I know it's highly secret, but what sort of test does she usually give?
Well, with Mama thinking I could test to be almost anything.
What?
Oh, sometimes it's history,
No.
sometimes it's dancing, sometimes it's spelling.
Oh.
But sometimes it's a test of strength and endurance.
Aha.
For example, one of the ladies had to lift this weight.
Right.
She couldn't.
Good on this! Woo!
I can't even lift it. I'll let you relax. You don't have to worry.
Do you want me to pass? Then I'll pass! Okay.
I think that was wonderful.
Hey, I don't think I've ever told you. My full name is Winifred the Woebegone. But Winifred's too formal. You can call me by my nickname.
Winnie? What a beautiful name. So graceful.